it's Bree Simulated here. Welcome back to my channel for another spooky video for October. So I hope you're enjoying these videos so far. In case you hadn't already realized or you hadn't watched my October video schedule, I am uploading every single day in October. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and if you don't or you don't have time to watch every single one of my videos, that's fine too. But I hope you do enjoy the ones you do watch, and if you're watching this one right now, you are watching me build a cabin in the woods. So basically this was inspired by a lot of different movies I had seen. For instance, I think like pretty much any horror movie that involves like teenagers has a cabin in it. Like they're going to the cabin, there's a cabin in the woods, they're gonna go have a party in this like holiday house in the woods or by the lake, and there's always lots of like trees around. So just to name a few that I sort of drew inspiration from when I was creating the exterior mostly would be Hush, which is about it's a Netflix original, I think it is, about a girl who is deaf, and so she can't hear at all really, I don't think. And basically she's deaf, and there's a guy trying to break into her house, and like for the first bit she doesn't obviously realize because he's like banging on the door and making heaps of noise, and she's just oblivious to it because she can't hear. And it's a really good movie, you should watch it. So I sort of inspired it a bit off of that. And then also there is a movie called Cabin in the Woods, I'm pretty sure, or The Cabin in the Woods. And I don't quite remember what that one was about, but I remember watching it and thinking it was really cool. I think it had a really like twist ending, like I didn't expect the ending. So I'd recommend that one to watch as well. But I don't really remember what the cabin looked like. I remember because of the ending, it was like kind of distorted. If you search it, it looks sort of like a Rubik's Cube kind of situation, I think, if I'm thinking of the right one. So yes, I definitely recommend both of those movies to you, and I did pull a bit of inspiration just from what I do remember like off the top of my head from those films, especially for the exterior and the entranceways of the house, like the porches and whatnot. But I didn't actually like look them up really. I looked up a couple of photos, I think, of the Cabin in the Woods like poster when I was thinking about uploading every day in October for Halloween. I remember seeing that poster come up because I was searching like famous like Halloween houses, famous haunted houses, famous like scary houses from movies, and that one did pop up, but I don't think this one actually looks a lot like it. But you can let me know if you can see the inspiration there, because I think I did use quite a bit of inspiration from both of those films. I just hope I'm getting like the vibes. Basically, I wanted it to feel like a holiday home. I wanted it to look very cozy and close, so the kitchen, living, dining is very tight-knit and very squishy. That's why it's more of like a cabin, like sort of like a cottage kind of thing. And it's very small and quaint, and you definitely, if you're staying here with your family and friends, you definitely bump into each other. It's the kind of place that would be great in theory and like for the first couple of days, but then by the end of the week, you'd be pulling each other's hair out. And I did put a little bit of a backstory on this build on the gallery. The description of the gallery build says something like, basically, I imagined that a family of 4 had this holiday home, like they had it, they bought it, it was in their possession, and they would come here every Winterfest. So during the winter for them, because it was Winterfest, they would come here and come and hang out and holiday here before winter, like stay here for winter and the holiday season. And basically it was a mom and dad and 2 boys. So they had 2 sons. So the mom and dad slept downstairs in the bedroom to the right of the screen right now, and then the boys slept upstairs in the attic-y kind of situation. And basically I imagine they were a happy family, you know, whatever, cool. They loved the outdoors. When they came here to visit, they would go and play outside in the forest. They would go fishing and swimming if it was warm enough. They would go on hikes and nature walks and look for bugs, and like they'd just be really into all that stuff. And I imagined a very happy family that just loves spending time with each other and going on holidays. But unfortunately, one year they came here to their cabin and they were never seen again. They never returned home. They're missing and they have not been found. So that is why it says you should stay at this cabin at your own risk. So basically it's just a bit of a scary story. I guess if anyone told you that, you know, if you're going to come stay here, they'd say, oh yeah, you know, the family who used to live here went missing and now they put it up for sale or up for rent for holiday homing. And you'd sort of be a bit freaked out, but you'd probably go, oh, you know, it's probably just an urban legend. It's probably just a myth, a tale. You know, they probably, you know, their family, maybe they just moved. Maybe they didn't tell their other family members that they were moving away because they didn't want to be found. Like, it doesn't sound like a murder or anything scary, right? But late at night, you'd hear a creak and you'd hear something like that and you'd get spooked easily. And I just wanted to still give it a very homey feel, as though it had never been changed since they left, but obviously some things have been modernized. So I imagine this cabin was originally built a very long time ago, and the forest and the plants have grown around it since it's been settled for so long. And basically someone has bought this home since the family went missing. It has been bought. Maybe it was like in possession of the bank or the other family members to the people who went missing. So then someone bought it in modern day time. Like somebody's bought it recently. They've done it up a little bit, fixed up any cracks and tears in the wallpaper and whatnot, restored it based on its original bones. They wanted to keep it very classic to the way it was when the last people lived here. They wanted to respect them because as far as they believe, these people have passed away now. So they wanted to make sure the house was sort of kept with the integrity, so that then they would be being respectful to the previous owners who never got to really explain themselves or say goodbye to the house, or whatever happened, no one knows. So the person has installed some new appliances such as the stove and the TV and the fridge, and some of the shower and stuff like that are a bit more modern, but they definitely tried to keep it looking very old-fashioned to some extent. I did struggle a bit with the kitchen. I wanted it to be really crammed. I wanted it to be so crammed that only one person can fit in the kitchen, and you know, you'd be cooking in the kitchen and someone else would come in to get a glass of water and it would just, you'd be in the way. It would be a disaster. Everyone would get grumpy at each other by the end of the trip. That's just really what I wanted to create. And it doesn't sound like a very fun place to have a holiday, but I just wanted to create it in a really spooky manner, a really Halloween-y, spooky way. And yeah, I think that's sort of something that a lot of horror movies do sort of imitate a lot, is the fact that, you know, you're staying here, you're all friends, you're happy, but then as the evil or the badness or whatever it is that's the plot of the movie starts to settle in, you all start to turn against each other. And I think this house would definitely facilitate that idea happening. So of course, the most spooky part about this house is the fact that it has a basement. The basement is so creepy. As you can see, when you are sitting in the lounge, like on the lounge near the kitchen area, well, you can't see the couch yet, but where the lounge area is going to be, you can literally see over the balustrade into the balcony, which I think would be so freaky, because you could just be sitting there watching telly and you can see the staircase down to the basement, which I think would be scary. So basically down there is a little bar area. I think I said it in the description on the gallery, I'm not sure. But basically the bar area was where the father would hang out with his friends. He had a lot of friends he went fishing with, and after they went fishing, they would come back and drink in the bar. So down there's like a foosball table, a card table, an area to play darts, and just a bar that they would drink at and sit there and laugh and joke around and whatever else they did after fishing. So then the boys would always have to go upstairs, which the attic is kind of creepy as well, but it's not as creepy. The attic actually has windows, so it's a bit lighter. But I think the scariest part about the attic would be that it's very cramped and like tight knit, so the boys are sort of sleeping like foot to foot with the beds. They're very crammed in there, but you can tell that like when they were younger, maybe they slept in a different area and they had more room, or when they were younger and their beds weren't as big, they fit better. But I think they still would have really loved coming here and hanging out, and I don't think the boys would have minded sleeping up in the attic. They wouldn't have been scared by it very much, because I think it would be kind of like a cool, like fun thing. Once again, there's no wall blocking it off like to the basement. There's no wall, it's just a balustrade, like a fence. So I imagine it's more like a loft situation, so they wouldn't be as scared as if it was like a closed off attic. It's more of a loft, so maybe that helps to make it feel less scary. But they do have their own bathroom up here, which I think is pretty cool. I imagine this one was originally here because it's very old, whereas the one downstairs is a bit more modern. Maybe the one downstairs didn't used to have the shower and they installed a shower in there because it's a bit of a more modern shower. And I am about to get into a bit of a story now that is going to sound like a bit of a rant, and I promise that I'm not meaning to offend anyone or make anyone upset when I say any of this, but I've been having some major gallery issues, and if you go and try and download this house, you're definitely going to notice that, and that's why I want to mention it in this video. This is of no hate or no hurling of badness to any of the creators who work on The Sims. I love The Sims. I adore their hard work that they put into the game, and I am really happy that they all loved the gallery update that they did. When they released that on stream, I was watching the stream and I could tell that the creators had good intentions and that the gurus really wanted this to go well, and that they spent a lot of time and resources on it, and that they were all really proud of the new and improved, air quotes, gallery. And I'm really happy that some people do enjoy it, and that for most consumers it's a great idea. But I just want to share with you guys why the new gallery hasn't been so awesome for me, especially as of late. So if you don't know, they did some updates to the gallery. Most of it was just like base, like face value kind of thing. So changing the way it looks, changing the backgrounds on some things, the buttons, the location. Most of it was just aesthetic and just appearance, making it look cleaner and sharper and more modern. All of that I love, and thank you so much for putting the time into updating our gallery. But there is one big issue that a lot of creators are really upset about, and it's the fact that they've now changed the way that the gallery promotes creators. So it automatically promotes creators that are already popular. So the automatic search function, of which is there unless you choose to actually go in and manually change it, is set for most popular. So it is whatever is the most popular, instead of being newest or like a sort of like a moderated middle of the two. It is just whatever is the most popular, whoever is the most popular. Whereas before, it sort of gave an opportunity for everyone, no matter of their popularity. It gave an opportunity for everyone to be exposed and for everyone's content to be found and shared. But now it sort of restricts people, and it means that people who are already popular and already have large followings get great views, even better than before, if not the same. They definitely are not dropping. And it means those who got moderate views on the gallery, moderate downloads, moderate favorites, moderate follows, are now getting absolutely nothing. We are lucky if we get 1 or 2, which is really upsetting, because when you spend 5 to 20 hours on a build, depending on what it is and what you're doing. For instance, this one took me about 1.5 hours, and I did another build that took me about 5 to 6 hours the other day. It's really disheartening when you've put in all of that effort and then only 2 people see it, when in the past maybe 500 or so people might have had the opportunity to see it. It's really disheartening, and it's not about numbers, and it's not about popularity or being famous or being recognized or any of that. It's just that you want to share your content with everybody, and you want everybody to have the opportunity to enjoy your content, and this current gallery doesn't allow that. And it's just really disheartening, and it's with no hate to the people who thought it was a good idea and no hate to the people that like it, but it's really disheartening for me, and it has put me off building. And usually when I'm building, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking how great it looks and how I know so many people would love it and adore it, but then I get sort of disheartened and upset again when I realize it's unlikely that more than 5 people are going to see it. And that really upsets me, because I know that there's the opportunity for so many more people to enjoy my content, and not just mine, but many other smaller creators as well. But we are heavily restricted by the current gallery, the way it favors people. So if you still don't understand based on this description, I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure there are probably more videos about it, and you can go on the gallery and see it for yourself. But basically, if I want to put it into one sentence, it's like the rich get richer. So if you're already popular, you're going to keep on getting popular and keep on getting more followers. But if you're not there, then you're not going to get there anytime soon, kind of thing. So it's really disheartening, really upsetting, but I'd sort of gotten over it. Some people have gone on like strikes and like, I'm not going to upload to the gallery until it's fixed, which I think is fair enough if that's what you want to do. But I've still been uploading for you guys, because obviously I make builds on my channel and I want to make them available to you guys as soon as I can. So basically, I'd been uploading them, and a couple of mine have got maybe 10 views, which is absolutely spectacular. When I saw, I think one of my 100 baby organized things got like 13 downloads. That is absolutely wild and crazy with the new algorithm. It doesn't even make sense how I got so many downloads on that. So thank you if you downloaded that. But basically, I don't know why I was sitting still for so long just there. Sorry about that. Basically, I'm fine with that. If nobody sees my content, whatever, I'm grateful for even if only 1 person downloads it. That makes me so happy. I just want to know that people are enjoying my content. Even if it is only 1 person, that is all I could ever ask for. But what really upsets me is when the gallery doesn't give us credit for our own creations, which is really disheartening and really upsetting that it is something that's happening to me right now. I don't know if it's happening to anyone else, but if you go on the gallery, you'll notice this build looks nothing like this on the gallery. I had to remove the original copy that looks exactly like this because the gallery was refusing to let me claim it as my own. Basically, it was saying that somebody else had originally built it, quote unquote. It said originally built by, insert someone else's name here. No hate to them. I don't think it's their fault at all. I think it was just a glitch in the gallery, a glitch in the system, because I don't even know this person, so I don't know why that would happen. I've never seen I don't recall their name or anything before. So it's of no offense to them if they find out it was originally claimed by them or whatever. That's no hate. I think it's the gallery's glitching issue. And basically it said if you went on the gallery and you searched my build, it would say by such and such, it wouldn't say by me. And it wasn't until you click on the build and you go to download it that it says by Bree Simulated, originally by other person's name. So unless someone gets to the very final stages of interacting with my content, they don't even know it's mine, which is really upsetting and disheartening considering the amount of time I've been putting into my builds, especially lately. Some of these spooky ones take a really long time, and you're going to see one soon that's the American Horror Story Murder House. That was the first time I realized this was happening, but it also happened with this build, and I had to go and fix it later. But I remember being so proud of my American Horror Story build, and I went to share it on Twitter so other people could see it, and then I just broke down crying when I saw that it had been claimed, or it was originally by, or whatever it said, by someone else, because I just spent like 6 hours at least all day. Like I woke up, started building it, and then I finished building it like at dinner time. So I've been spending all day building this build, and then the gallery just sort of shoved it back in my face and said, no, you didn't. And it was really upsetting and really disheartening. And it's really disappointing that this is happening to us small creators, or big creators if it's happening to them as well. It just feels like I can't win at the moment, and I know that probably sounds really dramatic. It's The Sims, it's not that deep, but when you spend a really long time on something you're really passionate about, and you put a lot of hard work and effort and resources and time and whatnot into it, and then for you to not even get at least credit for your own creation, it's really disheartening. And that's with no offense to the Sims team. I'm not sure who or what or whatever is responsible for this occurring, but it's just really disheartening that that's a feature on the gallery, because I've never I don't know this person who it was saying it was. It's not as if I'd gone on there. The only way I can think it might have happened is if I had their build already on the lot, because these lots did have builds on them that I just randomly downloaded on the gallery. But before I started building, I demolished them. You can see in this clip, in this video, that at the start of the video, the lot was bulldozed. It was empty, it was clear. So kind of annoying that even if you bulldoze a lot, it might still say it's originally done by someone else. That's the only way I can think of, but I don't remember the house that was here before really, because I bulldozed it. I had houses here and I bulldozed the whole of Forgotten Hollow at the start of when I started filming my October spooky videos, because I'm doing a little series in Forgotten Hollow with 4 different houses and different households. So anyway, so I remember bulldozing them all, and then it's like, oh, this is originally by such and such. So the only thing I can think of is if the houses there before I started building were by that person, and somehow the gallery is glitching out and saying that the creation is theirs. But I don't know why it would do that if I had bulldozed it. So let me know if you have any suggestions, and I'm really sorry if this is happening to you. It really sucks. You probably just sound melodramatic. I know that some people are going through much worse things in the world than not getting credit for their Sims creations, but it was just really disheartening to me when I saw that I wasn't going to be able to get credit for my build I just spent 6 hours on. But I hope you guys like these builds nonetheless, and that you download them, and go ahead and follow me on the gallery. That would actually be really helpful for you guys to find my build, since the gallery is only filtering by popular. So if you do want to see my build, you may have to actually follow me in order for them to actually show up. Even then, there is going to be some issues because the gallery has searching issues at the moment. For instance, I searched in Winterfest or Christmas or tree, and every single time I searched anything, it just came up with no results. And then I was searching Vixella, Deligracy, all the YouTubers, to try and find their channels, just to see their pages on the gallery, to see if the gallery was actually working, and they weren't coming up. So I think the gallery's search button is also broken, which is really disappointing and annoying, because the whole point of the gallery is that we can share our content and connect and download other people's content and enjoy it, but it's not allowing us to do that. But right now you can see me doing some really awesome landscaping. I put in a lot of cool hints and tricks, but unfortunately this is not available anymore, this part of the build. I had to redo the whole entire yard. The only way I could get credit for my build is by saving each room directly into my library. So I had to save every room and then replace the room onto a new lot. I bulldozed 7 times. I went into a different save file and everything, started a new save file, and I had to replace the rooms all individually. Then I had to replace all the stairs, the foundation, and then I had to redo the entire exterior. So unfortunately at that point in time, I didn't really have the patience. I was really upset and frustrated, so I didn't redo all of this amazing landscaping, but I do think it looks a bit better now nonetheless. But I'm really disappointed that the gallery is treating us smaller creators this way, or even the bigger ones if it's doing to them as well. But If this has been happening to you, please let me know, at least then I'll know I'm not alone. And if you do want to see my content, please do follow me on the gallery so it can ensure that you actually do possibly get to see my content. That'd be great. But we're going to jump into the screenshots now. I hope that you enjoyed this little build, and I really hope that you can find it on the gallery. It doesn't have any mods or CC I disabled before uploading, so I hope you can find it. If you can't, please do let me know and I'll try and rectify this issue, because it really shouldn't be happening. But until next time, I hope you'll have a really snazzy day, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye guys!